Akira is a Tokyo Movie Shinsha Corporation anime from 1988. I've never heard of that studio. Based on a manga of the same name by Katsuhiro Otomo, and with music by Shoji Yamashiro. Hello and welcome to Anime Jail. My name's Jack. What we're going to be talking about today, and with my friend
Leon.
Yay!
I was not prepared for that.
Yeah, I know. I did things a bit differently today, so
yeah, that's good. That's good.
I kind of threw you off a little bit. My bad.
All good.
But
You're all good.
yeah, so we're going to be talking about it today. We're sitting down for the first time in a while because
yeah, it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, like basically like getting close to a month.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was on vacation. My bad.
No, I missed you so much. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I had. But the big question is, did we have fun with the movie?
That is a good question.
Akira?
It's a good question, and it was kind of interesting because I was thinking while kind of watching this. Spoiler alert! Started last night, finished it today. I was thinking about how we've kind of been on a schedule, of like like we would watch like 12 episodes of a show like every 2 weeks, and it's like that didn't feel like too much. And this, I kind of took this as a slight break because I knew I had like 3 weeks to like watch a movie.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to like watch this immediately. Like I have like 3 weeks, and suddenly it came up, and I was like, oh shoot, I have to watch this. And I found some time yesterday, so I was like, okay, I'll sit down. Started watching it, and I just didn't have the energy to finish it, so I got through half, and I was like, okay, I'll just finish it the next day, and I just barely got through it right before we started recording, and it sounds like you also finished it today.
Yeah, I started it today, this afternoon, and I finished it like 2 hours ago. Before dinner, basically.
So we are fresh off the heels of Akira, both of us.
Yeah. Well, I have to say I was expecting some things, and I heard a lot about this movie. Like,
oh yeah,
it's so well known. It's like a classic, and it's like if you're a real weeb, you have to watch Akira. So I was kind of expecting like a masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess as far as my expectations, I mean, I was also just because honestly, like part of the reason why I didn't say much about Akira as we were like starting the episode is like you said, it's just so known, and it's so famous for so many things, like the iconic Akira slide and stuff like that, which I got to see, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I guess I was just expecting it to live up to its its fame, live up to its name. Like I knew the aesthetic was pretty cyberpunk and kind of reminiscent of like Blade Runner and stuff. So like I was kind of expecting that, which is true. But yeah, I guess I was just kind of, I mean, it's famous. I was just kind of being like, yeah, okay. Like I was expecting it to be famous for a reason, and I think it is. But the more complicated answer to that is that we both had some issues with it, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we can get into, but me and Leon were kind of prefacing, not preferencing. We were prefacing about the fact that we were both slightly lost as to what occurs in the plot, which I think is a good place to start, and one issue that we both kind of had.
Yeah. So basically, to start from the beginning, you get thrown into this world with this like kind of title screen where you get thrown into this dystopian setting, cyberpunk setting.
Yeah.
Where it says like, 2019 after World War III.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just waiting for your reaction because I wasn't actually sure that it really was World War III, or I just missed something.
Listen, we're going to like be kind of stumbling through the plot here. So I mean, I'm right there with you. But I mean, if we get a couple things wrong, I mean, hey, I did my best with this one.
Yeah. So if you have listened to our Lane episode, it will probably be similar
Yeah,
because we're just confused.
yeah.
If you have
This,
something to like say what we missed or whatever, just let us
yeah,
know,
yeah.
please.
Please, somebody help us.
Yeah, well, and then we get thrown into a like biker gang fight.
Yeah.
And I actually just noticed that like 10 minutes after because I was just confused. I didn't even realize that it's like that they are like different gangs fighting.
Dude, I 100% agree with you. And I also felt just like not like I feel like I was getting lost really easily because of how much information is thrown at you from the very start. Um, and I think that's one reason why I'm not going to be able to summarize the plot as effectively in this episode because it is just there's so much information thrown at you. It's so dense, and honestly, I think it's kind of not meant to be followed as like a pure plot. Like, yes, there are basic, like, there's a good amount of plot elements, but it's not really like following a like a moment to moment they're doing this type plot. Like, it basically hinges around this biker gang, which the main characters from it are Kaneda, Tetsuo, and I think those are the only two like really important characters from the biker gang, right?
I don't even know if the others had names.
I don't know either. Like, yeah, and that's another thing. Like, there's not that many really characters in this movie, and I would go as far as to say it's not really about the characters at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, as we've established on this show, is kind of a problem for me and probably you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we're too
'Cause
much the character persons. We love our characters or our personality developments
even
through the
like
show.
even someone like you who does like a good story over characters sometimes, like in Demon Slayer, where like you have like Tanjiro,
Oh yeah, the
and
adventure
it's
thing.
mostly, yeah, and it's like it's mostly about the story, but like even you have to have someone like Tanjiro who's like kind of a foundational character who at least feels like a character, but
Yeah.
no one here like feels like a real character, and honestly, I don't like I'm gonna say this up front. I think the score I'm gonna give this movie is not what it deserved because I think it is not. It's doing what it's trying to do. Like it knows what it is, but it's just I don't really like what it is.
Yeah.
And we can get into more reasons of that why. But sorry, yes, what?
Yeah, that's basically the reason why I think my score actually is deserved for this show.
Yeah, okay.
Um, but well, I wanted to say something. Let me think.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I've read some things about Akira because I wanted to look into it, and I've
yeah.
seen that the manga is supposed to be better as always, or like most of the time, and that
Interesting. I did
you
not know that.
and that there's like more and deeper plot
Oh, I didn't know.
in
I
in the manga. And I also read a review of the movie where somebody said that it's like that movie knows what it wants to be, and that it's using the elements from the manga as good as possible without overloading you with information.
dang. If it's trying not to overload me, then I can't even imagine what the source material is because it does feel
Yeah,
like an overload.
yeah. I That's what I wanted to say. I feel like it was a total overload if you had no idea like what you
Yeah,
have to expect.
yeah.
And I also have the problem that I can't really summarize the story,
Exactly.
so we'll
Yeah.
just go over. I can't even say plot points because there is not
Yeah,
a real plot point.
it's yeah, I mean, it's mostly just concepts that I can talk about.
Yeah.
Um
Then let's get into one concept. What I want to know: what's going on with these aliens? So you get at the beginning you get thrown into this like chase scene where a man is like running away with
Yeah.
the son of Frankenstein. I don't know. I don't even know what they are. I couldn't figure it out during the show.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they're
those like weird like babies,
yeah, these
like
green things.
yeah, their voice actors are like actual children.
Yeah, I know.
Because
Like, who are
yeah,
they?
dude,
What are they?
I'm totally with you. Like I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with these little babies. Apparently their name is Takashi, Masaru, and Kyoko. Um, there's probably some like deeper meaning or lore that's said in one line, but it's like, oh wow, it doesn't matter if I am not enjoying the movie as you tell me this exposition.
Yeah.
Um, which I mean, fair enough. At least they didn't sit down and just boringly explain what they are, but I mean, it just kind of leaves you feeling a little lost.
Yeah, because they apparently have like some kind of superpower
Yeah, it's like
kind of thing.
some telekinesis or
Yeah.
like ESP or something. Like uh dude, I'm telling you, I don't even know where to start talking about this. But uh I mean, I guess like the guy you could call the main character is Tetsuo, who's all I could gather is that he was a part of some experiment at a hospital or like some facility, and
Hmm.
they like experimented on him, and they used something called Akira, which is like used to be a person or something like that, but like Akira is a representation of like energy in the universe or something.
Hmm.
And it was like I yeah, it doesn't really do a good job explaining to you what is going on, why Akira is what it is, what these people are trying to do. Um, and yeah, I mean, it just leaves you being like, what? And so Tetsuo he has these powers that like Akira grants him or something. Like I don't even know if that's even true, but he has these powers, and he can like stop bullets and stop objects, and like nothing can hurt him. And he can like blow up tanks and stuff. Um,
Hmm.
which,
Hmm.
to be fair, all this looks pretty cool. Like Leon wrote in his notes, "Bang boom,"
I wrote
which is
boom
pretty.
bang. Okay.
Oh, boom bang. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Well, if you're into that kind of style, I can imagine that it looks good. But as you know, you've known me for a while. I'm not a big fan of cyberpunk
Mm,
as a concept.
I actually feel like we haven't talked about that. I don't remember you saying you didn't like Cyberpunk.
Maybe between the lines somewhere, we've talked so much that like, okay, but then now here for you and all this news, I'm not a big fan of cyberpunk. It's like not my style.
Interesting.
I'm more the soft. I like soft shapes and
Bubbly
nature drawings. Yeah, bubbly.
nature.
That's well, you know my preferences.
um, would you say uh you don't like science fiction in general either, or is it just like cyberpunk that you don't like?
Well, I do enjoy good science fiction, and well, sometimes cyberpunk has also some like ideas that I like, but most of the time I don't like the art style, especially in anime when it comes to cyberpunk.
Yeah,
It's difficult.
yeah,
Like I'm not a big
yeah. I
fan
get
of
that.
the genre itself.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly not too versed in the genre. I don't even know much. Like, I've seen Blade Runner. I don't really remember it. Um, Very similarly to this movie, which I'm sure that this was inspired off of it. Both movies are not really character focused that much at all. They're more focused on creating a visual world and like creating an aesthetic that has become famous in this day and age. That
Hmm.
like you see it and you can think of like a concept of like how society is in this world. Um,
Yeah.
which I do think this movie is doing well. Like I don't think, and I think that like that's why it's praised so much. if you'll allow me to go into something that I wanted to talk about. Honestly, the only really part of the like plot that I wanted to talk about is like the concept of what I think this movie is trying to show,
Hmm.
which is um I mean multiple concepts, but I would say mostly violence, dis- uh destruction, um social upheaval, like revolution. Um
Yeah.
there are scenes when like people are like worshiping Akira, which like what is Akira? Like no one really knows, but basically I feel like Akira kind of represents like social unrest, which is being
Hmm.
shown in the movie heavily. Like there are so many scenes of like crowds attacking buildings, people attacking each other. Um and I do feel overall it's supported by the fact that um this th- this is a very angry movie. Like like a ton of characters want to kill each other. Even friends want to kill each other. Um, like Kaneda and Tetsuo like want to kill each other basically the whole movie, even though they're on the same biker gang. Um, and it's kind of just like I feel like it's trying to show that social state of unrest where like everyone is on edge. Everything is in shambles. Nothing feels like stable or steady. Like buildings are crumbling. People's trust is crumbling. Um, and honestly, that's the only thing that I can say that I got walking away from this movie is like that idea that that it's trying to give off.
Okay, then let me say something in addition to that. So I
Okay.
totally get your points, and I personally think that this movie also wants to show an like alternative reality we could live in. Like, yeah, we have some like supernatural stuff, but
Yeah. Yeah.
most of the time that's what's shown as emotions, like the supernatural stuff,
Yeah.
like how emotions are conveyed in anime, which want to represent a like alternative reality.
Mm-hmm.
And I could actually like imagine that if we had another world war, it could also happen that we just live like in the destructive buildings.
Like the you mean like the shambled buildings or
Yeah.
like the building like the crumbling buildings and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like also want to kill everyone who's like not with me. Like
Yeah, who's like not on your side and
my
stuff.
English is so rusty right now after not talking English for 3 weeks. I have to think so much. I'm sorry.
Io, ite. Ite.
Yeah, but like that's an idea I got from watching, but I don't know if they really wanted to do that or not. Which,
So basically what
yeah,
you're saying is you felt like they were trying to show a world in which we could live in, like
yeah. Thank
possibly.
you.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely showing that. And I feel like it's in part like I can feel the anger coming off this movie, especially when I think about Japanese society. And if you think about Japanese society at the time, this movie came out in 1988, which was
Mm-hmm.
towards the end of the golden age of Japanese economy. Um,
Yeah.
and we're starting to get into the what's called, I think, like the lost decade, which is like the 90s. And there was a recession. A lot of things happened. There was a lot of harsh emotions. And I feel like this movie is a representation of a lot of anger that people must have had living in that time. Because like as a lot of people know, I feel like J- Japan is a very strict country, and people are under a lot of pressure at work, in their families to to sort of have that responsibility, and like hold up their family and stuff. And I feel like that's kind of coming through here. And yeah, I it's I was wondering while watching if this is the first delinquent series, because these are obviously meant to be delinquents. So I'm curious about that.
What
Okay, so
does
people are
delinquent mean?
basically delinquent. Is like someone who, I think in Japanese you can say furyo, which is like a bad boy kind of, or like someone
Hmm.
who is let me furyo. Yeah, so like a hoodlum, like a hooligan, basically a
Okay.
kid, like a kid who's not following the rules or kind of like breaking rules. A popular example of a delinquent series in this day and age is Tokyo Revengers
Hmm.
would be considered one. Um, but this is definitely, if it's not the first, it's definitely one of the most influential series, like pieces of media for delinquent fiction.
Yeah.
Um, but but yeah, I mean, I guess me and you kind of just went through like honestly, I genuinely don't think it's worth like trying to talk about the plot anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
We're
do you?
basically done with the concepts we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we've explained even less plot than Lane. Like I thought this would at least be like as much or more plot to talk about than Lane, but I feel like there's just so little to talk about. Like at least in Lane there were like episodes where like we could just like say like, oh yeah, that happened in it. But like
Hmm.
we don't even have that.
Yeah, that's true. I like you get the concepts while you watch the movie, but like you can't really describe them, and it's hard to understand. Like I felt like
Yeah,
it's a really hard movie to understand.
most definitely.
So it also felt a lot like Lane,
Yeah.
but well, I also think it's not worth going through more of the story.
Yeah.
If we like get to a point where it's like necessary to talk about it, we can talk about it, and otherwise,
Yeah.
we can talk about the next concept that didn't work out: the characters and the friend group.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Characters.
So
This is
while watching, I got the name of 3 characters.
yeah,
I remembered Kaneda,
Canada.
who I described as the red bike guy, because
His
there's
shining
no
characteristic is
personality.
his bike color.
Yeah, that's the only characteristic he
Dude,
has.
that's true. That is true.
Then we have Tetsuo, who is like Superman after experiments,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
definitely.
Kaori, who is
Cody.
or was Tetsuo's girlfriend.
Until she gets squished. Like
Squish?
yeah, remember when Tetsuo gets like he like starts like growing bigger and like Cody is like trapped inside him and like you just see like her blood.
Oh no, I
Like
didn't
she just
even got that.
no, yeah, I don't even blame you. Like so much is happening on screen. It's like impossible to keep
I
track.
just remembered the scene where she was like, where her shirt was like ripped off by the other biker gang, and then Tetsuo is like going crazy, but also screaming at Kaori for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the characters I remembered.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, no, dude. This is slim pickings. There's not like we said before, there's not really anything to talk about. Um they like they hate each other and then Tetsuo just is evil even though they're on the same biker gang for some reason, who knows why. And then Tetsuo has these powers and he's like doing all this shit and Kaneda's like, I'm gonna kill you. But then he's also trying to save him, but then he's actually literally trying to kill him and I'm like, are you trying to kill him or save him? Like I genuinely can't tell. And then after everything, Tetsuo is like he's like growing bigger for some reason and he's like, Kaneda save me, and then Kaneda's like I like probably trying to save him and I'm like, you just talked about how you wanted to kill Kaneda for like the past hour and now you're saying save me. And it's very not compelling. Like their characters are not compelling. And hey, maybe like that's what they were trying to do, and like that's fair. but I don't have to like it.
Yeah, that's true. And also, they didn't really feel like a friend group, even
No,
in the
they did
biker
not.
gang. There
They
was no
really did
like
not.
personality one could identify with. I mean, that's the main point of characters. If we think like shows that we've watched, I mean, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Demon Slayer. You always look for characters you can like identify with, you understand, you like can get into, like think in their way, you know.
Exactly. And it's like I can't identify with anyone here.
I feel like they don't even think, you know, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
felt flat.
exactly.
There was no personality.
I feel like Kaneda's line like Kaneda's like he like he kept saying the same line over and over again, and I was like, this guy feels like a broken record. Like I'm just at a loss.
Yeah, exactly. And that's basically what there is to say about the characters.
I think we should move on to the visuals, which I have the most to say about because I feel like it is a complicated topic.
Okay, well then you can delete for the next topics until the personal opinion, because my notes for the next topics like VA's animation just
Okay,
meh.
okay. Um, I feel like the visuals in this movie are the most complicated thing to talk about and one of the most interesting. Because if you think about when this came out, it was
Yeah.
1988. That is pretty early as far as animation goes.
Yeah.
And like as far as like at and like I was also doing some research. I watched a bit of a video, and like at this time, anime and animation in general was thought as like generally childish. And like any animation that was more adult was something obscure or like some like sexual content or something, and it wasn't like it wasn't trying to be appealing to people who like stories. It was trying to be some like art project. And while I think this is largely that as well to some extent, this movie was influential in sort of like before this there wasn't a whole lot of anime that looked like this. And not only that, I will say like overall the animation quality is frankly insane. For 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Now they went with a certain style that I don't really like, but like regardless of what you say about this movie, the animation quality is very crazy good for 1988. And I was like some shots still I was like, dang, like that like that rivals animation that you see today, not just in anime, like in anything. And so like I'll say that is a very strong point in like getting what it's trying to get across, which is this world. Like it makes you feel like this world is like teeming with life, and it seems like it's a real place. Um, and so like, hey, like y'all did a good job with that. Now, where it gets complicated for me is that they did this thing where I need to do some more research on it, but normal anime. Um, Here, I'll go ahead and search the question. What FPS does anime use? So FPS
Oh
anime
yeah, there it is.
typically runs at 24 frames per second. Um, uh, and they animate on twos. It says, which means that it results in a approximately 12 frames per second. And that gives anime a kind of choppy quality that makes it look appealing to me. And I'm not an expert, but if I'm not mistaken, Akira uses like a different kind of like it uses a different amount of frames per second, and it leads it to looking a little jarring to me. And
Mm-hmm.
it looks more like an old Disney movie,
I totally get what you mean. That's crazy.
which I
I
don't
didn't
like.
pay attention to that, to be honest,
Yeah,
because the whole thing just looked like iffy to me.
yeah,
Like the animation itself, yes, they did a good job, but as I said, cyberpunk is not my thing.
Yeah.
And then the stretched faces sometimes, or this weird baby animation, like where Tetsuo turns
Yes.
into this huge baby. It's like not appealing. And if you think about it, like, yeah, some people will probably say comparing this to Ghibli is like, well, but if you think about it, My Neighbor Totoro came out 1988 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, well, comparing the animation styles, there could have been more, like, precise animation in Akira.
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen Tonari
I
Totoro.
I'll be honest, I haven't. I honestly haven't seen a lot of Ghibli, as I may have talked about. I'm not a big Ghibli fan.
Yeah, well, maybe if there is another vacation
Yeah,
card.
maybe we can do some more movies. I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, but compared to that, the animation in Akira was just meh. I understand when people say they like the animation, but it's just not for me.
I would totally agree. I think it's high quality animation for the time. It like some scenes genuinely look incredible still. Like the Akira slide still looks just so good. Um, honestly, I would say the scenes that look the best to me, which I will explain in a moment, are the scenes with vehicles and like combat and not people. like like when the scenes were showing like the city, I thought it was like, man, like this city looks so cool. Like it
Mm-hmm.
looks like the scenery is just like so detailed and
Yeah.
like the environments and the vehicles just look so cool. Um like in the guns and stuff. But this leads me to my next point, which is I don't like the character designs at all. I think they look stupid.
Yeah, they all look the same,
They all
except
look the
for
same.
Tetsuo, who had a huge forehead.
Yeah, Megamind over here. Um, they all look the same, and also, females in the style look very weird. Like when they do like Cody and Kay look very strange to me. They don't look natural. I don't like how they look. I don't like how characters look in the show.
Is
Which is
Kay the girl from the
yes.
beginning with
Like
the
like like
other
look at this girl.
bike? It took me so long to notice that this is supposed to be a female
I
character,
know.
and I also didn't understand her purpose.
Me neither. I don't know
I
why
mean,
she's here. I don't know what she's doing.
on AniList, she's listed as a main character,
And I don't know what the hell she's doing.
and for half of the time, I thought she was Kaneda because they just looked the same.
I barely even know what Kanada's doing. Yeah, and like
He
they
was
look the
shooting
same.
with this laser gun.
Oh yeah, true. My bad.
That's what I remember.
Dude, I guarantee people are going to be writing the most praise for this movie. And I will say, like watching this, it kind of goes back to the first thing I said, which is I can see why this movie was influential. And there are a lot of parts of this movie that I've seen in other anime that I do like honestly, I think Lane is heavily inspired by this. I mean, like we've mentioned, like how it's just like so vague and like it's more about
Uh-huh.
concepts. And also Evangelion. I would say Evangelion is heavily inspired by this now that I've seen it. And I like Evangelion more because it actually explores characters' arcs and like how they process these emotions, and it's more
Mm-hmm.
than just showing the environment. Like it's actually digging into some details. And
Yeah.
it does help that I like the character designs in that way more. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's. I mean, I can see why it's influential, and that's all. Like that's really the best thing I can say about it. Like at the end of the day, I feel like.
So if you decide to roast us in the comments, please also let us know
Yeah.
what we messed up, because,
Yes.
well, you can see how we're trying to talk about this, and we're doing our best. Okay, let's just stick with
Yeah.
that.
We're having fun. Leon didn't even have English subtitles, so So we're working with what we got.
Yeah, so what's open is music and voice actors.
So no OP and ED.
No OP and ED. Some
And
OST, but no good OST.
nope.
I
This
barely even
honestly,
noticed it.
yeah. This part honestly did surprise me, maybe most of all, because honestly, like looking at this, I did expect for it to have, you know, a like a decent OST. But honestly, I don't know about you, but I felt the OST was very strange. It was sparsely used, and when it was used, it was like these weird bells and
Mhm.
like it seemed like it wasn't fitting the scene, and I was like, this is kind of taking me out of the like the whole thing here, and I just kind of wish there was like a cooler, just like even if it was basic, just like a basic cool orchestral OST, but that just wasn't here.
Well, to be honest, I actually have to praise this movie for its OST, even
Oh,
though I didn't like it. Okay,
okay, explain.
but I like music that fits, and talk as we've talked about the story and the characters, everything felt like weird and off, and I feel like this weird music just um words words um like puts it in the foreground. There is a word I just can't
Yeah,
think of it.
yeah. It kind of it like it puts the music in the foreground. You mean like
You
it
know,
sort of like makes it
the strange feeling from the
it
movie.
like
It
it
highlights it
yes it
highlights
highlights that feeling. Yeah,
So that's why I have to praise the OST for what it is, even
interesting.
though I didn't enjoy it by itself.
I can definitely respect that. I didn't personally feel like it was fitting, but I mean, it does feel strange in a strange world. So I mean, that does make sense to me. But I guess voice actors? Question
Uh-huh.
mark. Well,
Exclamation mark.
I took a vague look and I didn't really recognize anyone. Um, let's see if there's anyone on my list. I feel like I recognized Kaneda. Let's see if I know him.
Yeah, let's see. I felt like none of the voice actors actually stood out. There was no like.
Oh, okay. I do recognize him. He plays Kaneda's voice actor plays Psyche's dad, so that's something.
Yeah.
And he even though even still he hasn't been in much. He's just played minor roles.
Yeah, but
And like
that's how the cast feels like. No major roles, just
I mean,
lower end. It feels rude to say this, but I felt like there was no real passion behind the voice acting
me as well. I feel like it was lacking in like emphasis.
and inspiration,
It
maybe.
yeah, it kind of just felt like they were just screaming a lot of the time, and I was like just kind of like desensitized to it. And it's like I can't really say it like I can't really say. I mean, honestly, I don't think Kay's voice actress was doing that good at all. But I can't really say the two main characters were doing a bad job, but it just felt like a kind of iffy, just like not really standing out at all, not really kind of just not anything I can talk about, I guess, which is
And
unfortunate.
with that, we basically come to the end. Uh,
Dude, what a way to talk about Akira. I think we've been recording for like 30 minutes.
yeah, this will be a shorter episode, but I kind of expected that, to be honest.
True, because it's only a movie. Like it's not even as long.
Well, if it would have been a good movie, maybe we would talk longer.
Maybe
Like,
so.
I kind of feel sorry that this movie is such a short episode, and then that you, dear listeners, had to endure,
Endure, yeah.
endure us, yeah, weirdly about everything. I feel like Listening to this is same as with Lane, where it seems like we're on drugs or something.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
have not seen it, I don't even would recommend you to watch it. I want to and want to know what we sound like as if we were on drugs. Watch it.
I felt like I was on drugs while watching.
Yeah. If you want to save 2 hours and 5 minutes of your life, don't watch.
And it's like, okay, if you're a big cyberpunk fan and you like a movie that is more conceptual and will make you rewatch it to try to find some detail, uh, and you don't care about characters at all, and you just want, like, if you look at Akira and you say, I want more of that aesthetic, and you don't like characters, sure, watch it. You might love it. A lot of people love this movie apparently, but um all, like, from what I can tell, it was influential as an anime movie for something that was like it did something in animation that hadn't been seen that much until that point. But honestly, I can just say that it's an obvious inspiration to a lot of people, but it's more style than substance for me.
Yeah.
And I don't personally like that style, so that's just where it leaves me, you know.
Yeah, and in case you have not done it, if you like Akira and have not seen Lane, watch Lane, or the other way around. If you
Yeah.
like Lane and have not seen Akira, this movie might be for you. Uh, at least if you liked Lane.
Honestly, to say one thing, if I can, like, now that I think about Lane, I definitely like think back about it, and I like Lane more than this movie, even though I think Lane is very similar in that there's not that many characters, not that many good characters at all. Lane is not really a character; it's mostly conceptual. But I I like the world and atmosphere that Lane is showing more than
Yeah, definitely.
and I like the more like grainy and more like amateurish animation because it gives it a quality of like suspense and of like it just makes it seem more mysterious, which I think fits it. But yeah, I think they're really similar in that regard.
Yeah, and instead of taking more of your time, I'll just ask you, Jack, on a scale from 0 to 100, in steps of 5, what is your rating for Akira?
Oh my gosh, so sudden. Oh my god. Um, man, I was struggling with this because I just finished it. I know what I'm surrounding, which is I'd say this falls closest on my scale to I don't like it, which I would say is around a 25 for me because like zeros I hate it, like 25 I don't like, 50 average, etc. Um, and because of that, it's definitely going to be surrounding a 25. I was wondering if I wanted to bump it up a point for the visuals, which I might do because I do like some parts of it, and so I mean I think that'll put me at a 30 for it. I'll bump it up one scale number for those parts of the visuals that I did like, but yeah, I mean I've already explained my thoughts on it. 30 out of 100 for me.
Well, that was
And
unexpected. I thought you would go lower, to be honest,
yeah,
but that's totally reasonable.
I mean because if I put it closest to 0, that would be like I hate it, which like I will say like I wasn't even fully locked in on this movie, but if I actually locked in and like paid very close attention to it, I don't think I would hate it, but I still just overall don't like it, mostly. And so with that, I will ask you, Leon, on a scale of 0 to 100 in steps of 5, what is your analysis of Akira?
I mean, you told me before that you've
I was
looked at
I
my
I was
rating
spoiled by
before.
accident.
You were
I always
spoiled
do
by
that.
accident.
I always open the AniList without thinking about it, and then your score is right there because I friended you on there. And I'm like, dang it, I got spoiled because I would have freaked out if I heard this. But
Yeah, and as you've maybe noticed, during the explanations, I had so many problems with this movie.
Yeah.
And the thing I liked most is the OST, and as I said, the OST was trash, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I gave Akira 10 out of 100, which is the lowest rating
Oh
on
my
this
god.
podcast.
That
And
is, dude. Wow.
I thought about where to put it, and then I saw like Tanya at 15 or 20, and I was like, well, this was worse. And then I looked like what's down there at 5 points, and well, you know what's down there for me. I mean,
Yeah.
Another and
Another.
Elfenlied, which are both like down at 5 points. I was like, nah, it's not that bad. So I put it at a 10.
I'm yeah, I'm not surprised by that. And I honestly I respect that score. Like I don't think of it very highly, and like it's weird to put something that famous that low, but like
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, well, and with that, we'll probably end the episode because there's not more to talk about. Please let us know your opinion in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll see each other in a fortnight with Golden Time, as far as I know, at least with part 1 of Golden Time, depending on Jack if he wants to watch the second part as well.
We've been throwing that one around, so we can't wait to see you then. Bye.